Good morning, guys. It's been a while since I have been able to do a video, and I have really missed that. I've missed interacting with you, and I wanted to do something a little bit different. So I got this Mill Hill kit. It is called Winter Glow, and I was looking for a new Mill Hill ornament, and I came across this. So I just fell in love with it. Hopefully you can see it well. It's not an ornament. It's one of the full-size ones. And it says it's from the Winter series. Let me see if there's a year. 2019. So I'm just going to open it up for anybody who has never opened a Mill Hill and just kind of go through the process. Now, I've only done one Mill Hill, so I'm not an expert. But this is just basically like an unboxing video. So, and I'm going to just kit it up so I can start it. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do, and it comes with beads, a button, the floss, the perforated paper. So the first thing I got to do is open this package. We have all been sick. Parker was sick. And then I got it around Christmas. And now my husband has it. And we have a viral upper respiratory and bronchitis infection. So, or virus. So, it's been rough. I'm hoping I can just make it through this video. So that's why I have not been doing videos. I've just been too sick, and so I'm starting to feel a bit better. I'm just coughing a lot, and I'm just tired. But my husband, he's in the worst of it, so you may hear him. He's actually not too far from me, snoring in the recliner because he was up all night coughing. Okay, so and that's my oven telling me that it's preheated. Okay, so this side is a navy blue or midnight blue, and then this side is the regular craft paper color. So you have your sheet of perforated paper. I think that's how you say it. Some people stitch these on fabric. This would be a good one to stitch on fabric. I'm a little nervous about doing this on the paper, only because where I stitch in hand, I noticed when I did the ornament, I was bending this side a lot from pushing my thumb. So I'm gonna have to like to stitch over here. I was really like gripping it. So I'm not sure how that's gonna work out, but I'm sure once you get it, because I'm gonna go ahead and get one of their Mill Hill frames, probably. I don't know. I might be able to find something at Hobby Lobby. So hopefully I don't bend this too badly, but it's full coverage stitching from what I can see, or mostly full coverage, so it should be covered up. So you have this pile of threads. It's not separated. There's 2 packs of beads, a beading needle and a stitching needle, and the coordinating button. The last one I did not have a button, so this is something new. And if you look, the button goes in the middle of the swirl, which I think is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Alright, so the way I realized they did the beads in my last pack was, if you look at the chart, they will have an asterisk. These are the bead colors. So these are the floss colors, and these are the bead colors right here. So if it has an asterisk, it'll be in one pack. If it doesn't, it'll be in another. And that's how, when you're first getting started, you can tell which pack you need to open. And Miss Stormy's coming up here, so she may make an appearance. So it says these beads are together in one bag for the asterisk, and all other beads are together in the second bag. And that made it a lot easier for me on my last kit, was because there were 8 or 9 colors of beads. And that way I could tell them apart. But once I started beading, I didn't need to keep them separated more, because I could really tell them apart. But in the beginning, especially when you have different shades of blues and greens, it made it easier. It also tells you how many strands of floss to use with those beads and what type of cross stitch. So for instance, for the petite white beads, which are these white ones right here, you're going to use white floss, you're going to use a full cross stitch, and you're going to use 2 strands of floss. And it tells you, and if you don't know, how to bead with a full cross and how to bead with a half cross in the instructions. So when you open up your instructions, it has every step that they want you to take. So it's important to look at this if you, excuse me, it's important to look at this because if you skip a step, it may just be more difficult for you in the end. So on this one, for step 1, it says do all stitching first before attaching beads. Not everyone does that. Everyone works differently. So I did my stitching first and then add my beads. But I know I watch Mama Loves You GB and she does her beads as she goes. So, and then step 2, attach all beads. And step 3, attach button. So this one is just general instructions. The last ones I did had a lot of specialty stitches. Actually, let me grab that real quick because it's not 100% finished. I'll show you guys. Okay, so this is the one I just finished now. This little bow has to be trimmed. But see, this one had a specialty beading on the bow of the bear, and I still have to add, he has a beard and mustache right here, so you have to do this first, do the beading, and then you can go in and do the beard and mustache. So I have to do that, and then I can back it and finish it. And this is a gift for someone, but because I got sick, I wasn't able to finish it. So hopefully in the next few days I can do his beard and mustache. It's kind of long like this, and put the back on there, and I can gift it to the family that I wanted to give it to. This is Allegheny Santa of the Appalachian Santa series. Okay, so here it has the stitch and bead diagram. So, of course, regular cross stitch, back stitch, just normal straight stitch, long back stitch. But here is the part that most people need help with. This is how they tell you to cross stitch to lay your beads. I did not know how to do that until my kit. And then this is how to do a full cross with your petite beads. So, because if you don't do a full cross, they're going to lay diagonally. And if you do a full cross, they will lay up and down, or they'll go like north and south. So, it does make a difference in what they look like. Say, for instance, some of these, like, all these amber beads are half crosses, so they're at a diagonal. But then, these little tiny beads, little petite beads, these are full crosses, so the beads lay this way. And it just changes. I'm sure nobody really is going to know the difference, but I do like the way that they alternate, because the light catches them differently in whether they lay diagonally or straight. Okay, so everything else is just general stitching instructions that most of us are not going to read because we already know. But if you need to know, it's here for you. And one way they tell you to start is you take your paper like this. And, of course, I'm not prepared with a pencil or a ruler. Okay, I don't have one of my 60,000 rulers in front of me. So what you do is you take a ruler and you go from one corner to the other, and you mark it on the back with a pencil. Oop. So you just go a straight line, and then you turn it, and you do, or you know you want to turn it, but you do the other one with the next. And see, all this is going to be covered up because this is on the back. Do your other diagonal, and where that intersects right here is the middle of your piece. So that is where you would count from, whether you start in the middle or not. And I don't want to show the chart, but I'm not normally a middle starter. I'll have to look at this and decide if I want to start in the middle. But right now, what I need to do is I need to separate my floss. So I have my middle marked. I'm going to set that up here. And I will tell you, that beading needle, I stuck myself so many times with that beading needle that what I did is for the regular size beads, I switched to a size 28 cross stitch needle, and that worked fine. There were a couple beads that had like defective middles, and I had to just throw those beads out. But all the other beads fit on the size 28 cross stitch needle. Now, the petite beads did not. So, a hack that someone told me was to use a sewing needle. And so you can use a sewing needle. I think it's just a slightly less sharp version of the beading needle, but they still will poke you, so you just need to be careful. And then the regular needle is a size 24 cross stitch needle. So if you lose your needle, you just replace it with a size 24. And I mean, oh, well, this is different. See, on this one, all my regular stitches were 3 strands, but on this pattern, they're 2 strands. So that'll be different, except for when you do your star. So, that will make it a little bit easier, because my fingers would get sore trying to push that needle through with 3 strands of floss. Mostly, as you can see my messy back, when I was trying to end and start my threads, it was really hard. I was really pushing on that needle. And yes, that's messy, but it'll all be covered up. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is separate my colors. I'm going to get a drink of tea. Hopefully it's still recording. Oh my gosh. If I was doing all this talking, it wasn't recording. Okay. Excuse me, I cleared my throat. Alright, so here's all your floss. Now, I think this will be alright, because you have different ways. One is these are DMC colors, so you may have the DMC in your stash already that you can match it with. So right here it tells you the floss number. So 503 is going to be DMC 503. That's one way to check if you get confused. Another way to check is from the picture. So if you match the symbols up and you say, for instance, this green and that green, you can say, well, that's blah, 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 and that's the other one. So that's one way to do it. So I'm going, oh, and I also have my DMC color chart. So if I need it, I'll get that. So the first thing I'm going to do is pull out my white, because it's the most obvious to me, is the white one. So I'm going to pull out the white. Okay, now some of these are very light blue, so I'm trying to figure out, is that white or is that light blue? That's a light blue. Okay. So what I'm going to do is, I don't have any kind of, I don't want to do floss drops because they're such small amounts. Well, I guess I could do floss drops. Maybe I will. Okay, so I'll just make floss drops so y'all can see what I make. Let me get my cutter. So I got a piece of craft paper here. Now, what I did before was I just cut a strip of paper and then punched little, stormy here, I punched little holes with this, and I made like one card. I'll show you what that looks like. It's over here. And it's kind of a mess. This is what I have left over from the other kit. So I just took a piece of like cardstock or whatever, and I marked all the symbols and the numbers and just made one of these. So I guess this time I'll make floss drops. So I have a punch. I have this punch, the big one. I have the little one for the floss hole, and then I have this for the binder ring, which I think I'm out of binder rings, but so what I'm going to do is just go, I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I need 12. So I hold it upside down so I can see. And this is a lightweight craft brown cardstock, so this is not heavy duty floss drops that I'm going to keep forever. This is good for just kitting up a project to have something temporary. I think it's like an 80 weight cardstock. To make it stronger, you can glue it to poster board, which is what I've done. But honestly, I have found that it's just really not necessary when I'm kitting something up. I can just have a little bit more flimsy. 3 more. Okay. And I'll use the rest of that to just, because I've made some extra of these and just put them in my DMC box. So now I'll take this punch. And this one I don't really have to do. I've learned just stick it up like that. Punch. And I bought this at Walmart. It's just a pack of cardstock. And I got the brown. It doesn't show up the writing as well, but I like the neutral color better than the bright cardstock. So it's fine. That's my motto. It's fine. If you hear craziness, that's the animals playing. So, yeah, life has been crazy for us because we've all been sick. My husband and I both took COVID tests and we were negative. But this virus is going around as well. Okay, now I'm going to take my little hole punch for the binder to put these on a binder ring. I got to order some more binder rings from Amazon. I don't know if they sell them at Walmart or not. I don't think I've looked. But yeah, so today is Wednesday. And on Tuesday is my mom's surgery. So we are preparing for that. And I don't know what's going to happen, y'all. I'm nervous. But we're just one day at a time. That's all we can do. Okay, so there's my floss drops. So my mom's having spinal fusion surgery. They're putting plates and screws into her spine. Oh, my neighbors have their puppies out across the road. That's why my dogs are barking. They are so cute. They're like little light brown terrier puppies. They're siblings. They're very, very cute. Okay, so let me move all those out of the way. I bought this hole punch at Hobby Lobby when they had the 40% off coupon. Sorry, my phone's shaking. So I can't remember. This is the 2.5 inch. It looks like a label, you know, like a label. And I have another one that's round that Janet Jabber gave me, and I use that one too. And then I also bought this at Hobby Lobby, and there's no size on it. Just a second. There's no size on it, but I would say it's 3/8 of an inch. I would like it to be a little bit bigger, but this was the only size they had in stock, and I was like, it's fine. But yeah, I like just a slightly bigger one, but it works. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. But if I ever buy another one, I'll get a bigger one. Of course, this is your standard $1 hole punch. So that's what I used. Alright, so now I'm going to just write in pencil white. And I'm going to put this on here. Alright, I'm going to take my pencil just lightly and put a little mark so that I know I have already pulled that one out. So looking at this, there's a very, very light blue. I think that'll be the easiest one because that's the one that I thought was white. So I'm going to do that one next. I wish they told you how many were in the kit. That way you knew, you know, not to get them mixed up. So that's 3753. Let me see if there's another one that color. These are very close. I'm going to go ahead and pull these out, and if there's a next color, I'll separate them. The dogs are wrestling, or not the dogs, it's Mose and Stormy wrestling under my feet. Okay. So, this is another light blue, but I don't think it's... Okay, so I'm going to move this so I can see against the white. Alright, so this is one color. This is another color, and this is another color. It's hard to see. Okay, so this is the very light, very, very light blue, 3753. Because it is the next lightest color. Yeah, I really wish it would say how many strands were in the kit. That way you knew. Because, you know, a lot of the kits, like, say that. They'll say there's 2 of these or 3 of these. So this is 3753. I'm going to put a little mark. So this is one color. And this is another color. So this is 3752. And I've used this color before, so I recognize that color. And I'm sorry, I haven't really been paying attention because I may be shaking the table every time I lean against it, which is will shake the camera. 3752. I'll put a little mark right there. Okay, so this could be 931. You know what? I actually think I have 931 on this table. Is that not crazy? I have this one thing that I found. Where did it go? I almost didn't get it. And I was like, where did that floss drop come from? And it was 931. Yep, it is 931. So let's see if the colors match. This looks darker. Oh, so this is 932, very light blue. See, I would have put 931 on that. 932, very light blue. Okay, so that means the one that matches this is 931. So I believe... Is it this one? Nope, that is that very light blue. So I didn't pull all those out. There's more. There's another one. The same color. You have to look very closely. It's insane. Alright. Okay, so this looks like this is the same color, I believe. It almost looks different though. It's so hard to tell. These colors are close. This might drive me mad. Okay. So 932. I feel like I need a flashlight. Okay. So we'll put that on the 932. I'm going to pull out some of these other ones because this 931's got me all twisted. Alright, here's an easy one. It's a purple. This purple right here. Violet. So there's just one violet. So that's 3041. Let me see if there's another strand. So 30, 41. That's a pretty color. I feel like not a lot of designers use purples. And I love purple. Okay. Oh, nope, wrong one. Okay, aqua green. That's an obvious one. That's this one. That one stands out really well. So that's a good one to do. So aqua green is 503. That's my like favorite family of DMCs, like 501, 502, 503. Alright, make sure these are the same color. Nope, those are different. Okay, so this is a green. You have to look, I mean, like, seriously, you have to look really close. I would have definitely put those on the same one. Okay, so this is the aqua. 503. And this is a green, so this is 522. That was close. I may have to pull my DMC out for some of these other ones because they are so close. Alright, 522. Alright, so brown would probably be the next easy one. Brown is 841. So if you look, you can see that brown really stands out. So let's do brown. This is the only one. Yep. 841. This looks very pretty on these papers. Okay, so very, very dark blue would be probably the one that's almost black because there's no black. So this is really dark. This looks like it could be the same color. Oh my goodness, y'all. This is the same color. Alright, I'm going to pull these two out. Because this is almost like a blue-black. Well, when you look at it away from the other colors, it's not as strong. Okay, so what I'm going to do... Alright, I'm going to lay that out. And make sure those are the two... Those are the same color. Yes, okay. Then, this is what I believe is probably 931 now, but we'll pull these out and make sure these are all the same color. Sit them next to each other. Okay, that looks like 931 to me. So we'll get these up as 931. Okay, so I think this is the very, very dark blue 823. Then this is this could be more 931. I'm going to leave that right there. And then we have dark blue. I think this is the dark blue. This looks like it could all be dark blue. And I do think that's 932. Okay, or 931. These look like they could all be the... No, it looks like there's a gray blue. I must be missing a color or something. There's very, very dark blue, and very dark blue. Okay. So that's where I'm getting confused. Goodness gracious, y'all. What is that dark blue? 3750. I don't think I have that in my stash to compare it to. It almost looks like two different colors. Okay, yeah, that goes with that one. Woo! Get your magnifying glass out, people. Okay. This is no joke. All right, one more. No, not one more. There's more over here that I haven't. Okay, this looks like, okay. So this I'm going to put with 931, so it leaves me with 3 colors. So, very, very dark blue, and very dark blue. So this is dark blue because this is the lightest one. So it's like backwards even though. Whew. I'm like holding my breath. Alright, so this is the lightest one. So this would be dark blue, which is 930. And then when I start stitching this, I will check with the picture and make sure they match. Okay, so the next one is very dark blue, which is, oh, I just marked that one wrong. Where did I put that? No, I didn't. 930. Okay, so the next one is very dark blue, which is 3750. Okay, so that would be this one because this is darker than this one. So we'll put this on here. And that leaves us with our last one, very, very dark blue, 823. Okay, so this is my colors. These are my colors. Kit it up. So as you can see, some of these they're very similar. Different shades. These actually go like this. Okay. Yeah, see, here's the aqua and the green. They're similar. Like, if you just have one strand next to another strand, they're very similar. When you have a little bit more, you can tell them apart a little bit more. So, these are my colors. So, I have my colors done. I have my middle marked, which I'll flip around and go by here. A picture for reference. And then the next thing that I will do is I will take my pattern and I will photocopy it. Enlarge it just a little bit, because what I do is I will take, let's say, aqua green. I will take a green colored pencil or anything. It doesn't have to be green because these are all like blues, but I will choose a colored pencil and I will color all of these symbols that I can find in that colored pencil. So let's say I do a yellow. So I'll color all those in yellow, so that I can stitch them pretty much at the same time. Sorry. So that I can stitch them pretty much at the same time. Then the next symbol I will do, and I will do the same thing. I will color in those, because I find that I make less mistakes when I can make my own color-coded chart. So because these are all colors, they won't all be blues. I'll just do like orange, yellow, purple, pink, red. I'll mix it up. And that will make it easier for me to read my chart. Which on this chart, you know, this is almost all blues. But, yeah, that's a lot of stitching. This one's going to take a little bit longer than, you know. But I just love it. I love it. It's like, it's not the Northern Lights, but it is the Northern Lights, you know what I mean? And my bucket list is to be able to see the Northern Lights, so I love this. It's got the little church and little houses. It's just teeny tiny. And it has the little swirls and little stars, so I think it's beautiful. I like so many of the Mill Hill kits. I want so many of them. So, I hope this was helpful. And like I said, with the beads, I'll just go over that one more time. So, one bag has petite white. Well, this is obviously the bag with petite white. So, the ones with the asterisk right here are in this bag. So, petite white and petite bay leaf are in this bag. So, there's two different beads in that bag. And then, so this bag has petite aqua crystal, or petite crystal aqua, and petite bottle green. So one is like a clear, and the other one is like a, you know, like that oil slick rainbow color. That's what it is. So it's really obvious to tell these apart too. And I want to order one of those sticky things. I can't remember who showed them. They're back in stock. The company, it's like a CD case that you open up and they stop making them, but another company is making them again, and it's pretty much the same thing. I need to order one of those before I get to the beading, which is going to be a long time before I get to the beading on this one. That way, because the method I was using was like just out of desperation, because I didn't have any other way to do my beading. I was using a silicone mat because it was the best thing to keep them from rolling around. But I really want one of those beading cases that makes the beads stick to it. Okay, guys, so I hope you enjoyed this. I know it was a little bit different than what I normally do. But I've had several people comment that they have Mill Hill kits and they don't know how to get started. They don't know how to separate the floss. And, it's, you know, like I did it, it's just baby steps. So, I hope you have a great day. I am doing a Zoom on Friday the 7th. So, if you feel like stopping by, come over and hang out on Zoom. I really want to do a Zoom so I could hang out with everybody before my mom's surgery, because I don't know what my time is going to be like during that time. I could have lots of time or I could have no time. I have no idea. So, I wanted to get a Zoom in before her surgery. So, I hope you can join us. If not, then I hope you have a great weekend, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.